Hello and welcome to a new video. Today I'll be taking the Honda Navi out for a ride by a few parks. It's pretty windy, so hopefully it's not too windy on the video here. But I'm currently going down Seatonville Road in Louisville, Kentucky, which is just off of Bardstown Road down a little bit further than the Highlands or anything. It's kind of the Fern Creek area, I believe. And today I'll be going past Turkey Run Park and the Brown Foreman Silo Center and Rod Run Park. It's a nice day, 60-degree weather, so I'll take the Navi out, even though it's super windy. And depending on what part of the country you live in, it may not be all that uncommon to have a lot of roads like this, or even the, this road has a speed limit of 45, and then parts of Bardstown Road that I came down through had a speed limit of 55. The Navi can, at least with me on it, I've never had it do 55. I'm using the GoPro Hero 11 Mini. Incredibly windy. This bike is small enough that you do have to fight with the wind some. So these parks, I'm going to Turkey Run Park and all this, they're part of the Parklands system of parks. And they have a path, running, walking, cycling path, that can take you from this area up to the Pope Lick Park area, and then to Beckley Creek Park. So it's a good distance if you want to go for, a cycling adventure, or running or something. If you're on a bicycle, though, I would say, even though it's a long stretch, it's not the kind of place that you're going to be able to go, absolute top speed the entire time, because there are a lot of people walking and pushing strollers and kids on foot, kids on little kick scooters or bikes or stuff. So, there's probably stretches where you can go through at full speed. This is a fun road to ride on. this Navi is not a sport bike, so not testing my handling prowess here. A lot of nice scenery out here. I'm sure you could run into a lot of people that get very, very angry going through these roads if you get anywhere close to the speed limit, because it has lower speed limits during all these turn stretches, you know, the turns and curves and such. I'm sure there are plenty of people that would not be very happy if you actually roll through doing, you know, 25 miles per hour at that section. Since the Navi is not exactly a handling beast with great acceleration and suspension and everything, I'm sticking closer to the speed limit. And then to the left, that's part of the path where I said that you can take it to Pope Lake Park and, you know, or towards Pope Lake Park. So I'm going to turn right here, go past Turkey Run Park. And then there's an area where you can park over here. I believe there's access to launch if you're wanting to take a boat, so a canoe or a kayak. And there's the path if you want to walk, run, or cycle. There's a cabin. I know I've come through here before and went for walks and what have you and seen, you know, deer, some bucks and some does. So I'm sure there's a lot of wildlife you can see through here. And I don't remember what the speed limit is. I think it's 25. Yeah, I figured come all the way out here since it's a nice day. It's around 60 degrees. So relatively warm for February. And this steep hill. That this bike probably couldn't do, you know, full throttle. It was doing 25 up this steep hill and grade. So it's not like you could take this bike and exceed the speed limit a ton if you wanted to through this stretch. And then this will be like the Sky Meadow area where there's pond that you can fish in and where you can look out over the area. And I've gone through before on a different video and went through there. And that's part of the path that takes you back towards Turkey Run Park, where we just went through. Now this is going to go towards the Brown-Forman Silo Center, Broad Run Park. The Ben Stout House. Not 100% sure what that is. I had to look up the history of that because I don't off the top of my head know. Yeah, but this is, you know, fun place to ride through. It's not going to be somewhere you want to go through if you're a speed demon, because it's relatively low speed limits through here. The you know, the park, if you want to go for a run or cycling or something, is great for that. It's really interesting scenery, and it's not too far outside the city, so it's not like you have to, well, depending where you're coming from. You know, if you're coming from the Highlands area, then no, this is not a super long distance to get here. But if you're coming from different parts of town, then yeah, it could be quite a trip. So I'll loop through the Silo Center. Then I'll go from here to Broad Run Park. So they have this big silo that's up here in the distance. This big yellow silo, which I'm assuming used to house grain or something. You can walk up there. They have stairs in it, so you can go up there and see a view over the park. And I've recorded video from up there before, so I might see if I can find a clip to splice in or not. I don't always keep all of the video clips, so you'll be having to go pull a compressed version off of YouTube or Instagram or something. But yeah, so that's a cycling center where you can go up to the top of that silo and look out over the park. It's pretty cool. It's going to be windy when you go up there, just as a warning. Again, this is in February that I'm recording this, so coming out of winter. We've recently had some, you know, warm weather off and on. So this is when we often have the fall spring, where it gets warm enough that things start to grow and turn green, but then we'll have another cold snap of, you know, winter weather and snow or something. So I'm going to go to Broad Run Park. So I just went past Turkey Run Park and the Sky Meadow and the Brown-Forman Silo Center. Now I'm going towards Broad Run Park. So just a lot of cool park area out here, and as you can see, there's the paved path over there. So this is a great place to come if you want to go for, you know, a super long cycling ride. Because I forget exactly how long the trail goes from one end to the other. This path, but I think it's, 20 miles or so, because you go from here, from Broad Run Park, then you go all the way to Beckley Creek Park, which is a pretty good distance away. So you can go there and back. That's a pretty solid distance. But too, there's all these roads to ride through if you want to on a Honda. This is the Honda Navi. You can take anything through here, but for a mini moto, see the problem with the mini motos. So the Navi, the base model stock Honda Grom, the Monkey, the Super Cub, the Trail 125, all the bikes that they make out of the mini moto line, which also includes the Navi. To ride through here, they're great because the top speed on most of these trails is like 25, or on these roads that go through these park areas. So that's good to go. The problem is getting here. And depending on how far away you are, going down Barstown Road where the speed limit in sections is 55, this bike tops out, if it's on flat ground or going downhill, around 50, maybe a little bit over 50 if you're going downhill at a grade. But going uphill, you're not going to hit 50. So depending on where you're coming from and how far you have to go and the time of day, getting here could be the problem. I mean, luckily I'm coming here on a Sunday when traffic's pretty light, so it's pretty easy to get here. Stuff wasn't too bad. But trying to come here during rush hour traffic during a weekday might be difficult on a mini moto. Now, on a standard motorcycle where you can go whatever speed you want, not a problem. But beyond the normal problems that you encounter when riding motorcycles. It is nice that you can go out not that far from the city and have kind of outdoor nature like this, because anywhere in Louisville you can almost always hear the sound of cars until you get pretty far out. So out here you're a little bit more in nature, so you don't hear as much of the standard cars and trucks coming through. I probably should have stopped there at that pedestrian thing, but I was already on the throttle. So I'll go up here to a little bit further before I wrap this up. It is interesting just seeing out into these, you can see way off in the distance and see houses on top of the hill and, all this stuff. And part of it is that, it's coming out of winter, so all the trees are still mostly bare aside from the evergreens that stay green throughout the year. But so you can see a little bit further out now than you could in the summer or the spring. Because I come out here in the fall and it looks really nice. Okay. So this is the Cliffside Center. I've never actually gone out to this part of the park. I've only ever gone to like Broad Run Park. I didn't go all the way through like this. But yeah, so that was going from started off on Seatonville Road. That was relatively close to Bardstown Road, and I went down through Turkey Run Park, and then past the Sky Meadow and the Brown Foreman Silo Center, and then Broad Run Park, and then ended up here at the Cliffside Center. Taking the Honda Navi out for a ride with the GoPro Hero 11 Mini. But yeah, so that'll wrap up this ride. Until next time.